I like you, but I'm not in love with you, she said. Just like that, mid-sentence, mid-coffee, like she was telling me she'd run out of oat milk. It was a Sunday morning, early spring, sunlight cutting through the kitchen window. I, 29M, had been dating Maya, 27F, for a little over 3 years. We lived together for almost 2. We'd just adopted a dog 6 months ago, the kind of step you don't take unless you see a future, right? Apparently not. She said it like it was supposed to be brave, like honesty automatically made everything noble. I sat there, half awake, her words ringing in my head like feedback from a bad speaker. I like you, but I'm not in love with you. I nodded slowly, mostly because I didn't know what else to do. My throat had closed up. My brain was buffering. Thanks for telling me, I said finally. She looked relieved, like she'd expected tears, yelling, something dramatic. When she didn't get it, she actually smiled. I just think we've become comfortable, she continued. You're amazing, really. You do so much for me. I don't feel that spark anymore. So what do you want to do? I asked. I don't want to break up, she said immediately. We work well together. You're my best friend. I just need space to figure out my feelings. That line, space to figure out my feelings, should have been the red flag of all red flags. But I just nodded again. Got it. Thanks for the clarification. That was the last time I thanked her for anything. That night, I lay awake thinking about it. The words, I like you, echoed in my head like a curse. After everything, the bills, the home projects, the emotional labor, like was all I got. I realized she didn't want me as a boyfriend anymore. She wanted me as a safe space, someone to handle the boring parts of adulthood while she went out searching for the spark. So I made a decision. If she only liked me, then I'd treat her like someone I liked. Not loved, not adored, just liked. Monday morning, no good morning kiss. No coffee ready for her like usual. I poured my own, left early for work. She texted, "Everything okay?" I replied, "Yeah, just busy. Have a good day." At lunch, I canceled our flower subscription. Maya loved fresh tulips, $12 a week, every week for 2 years. Roommates don't buy each other flowers. That evening, she'd made pasta. We usually ate together, but I grabbed a plate, ate quietly, and told her I had some emails to catch up on. She tried to cuddle later on the couch, but I stood up to take the dog for a walk. She looked thrown off. Tuesday, I reorganized the apartment, moved my stuff to the guest room. Not out of spite, but clarity. I told her it makes sense to have our own spaces if we were reevaluating things. Her smile faltered. "You're acting weird." "Just respecting what you said," I replied. "You like me, but you're not in love with me, so I'm acting accordingly." She laughed nervously. "Don't be dramatic." I wasn't. I was being precise.
By Wednesday, the atmosphere was chilly. She kept testing the boundaries. A text in the morning. "Miss you already." I replied, "See you tonight, roommate." At dinner, she brought home sushi, my favorite. Normally, I'd pick up the tab later. This time, I Venmo'd her my half. She blinked at her phone, then at me. "You're splitting sushi now." "Well, yeah," I said, matter of fact. "We're two people who like each other sharing space. Makes sense to split things evenly." She stared at me like I'd grown a second head. "You're punishing me." "No," I said calmly. "You were honest about your feelings. I'm being honest with my behavior." She didn't reply, just sat there poking at her California roll, realizing that honesty hits differently when it's mirrored back. Thursday night, she came home in full makeup and a short black dress, the one she used to wear when she wanted my jaw to hit the floor. "Going out?" I asked. "With coworkers," she said, but she watched me for a reaction. "Cool. Have fun," I said, eyes back on my laptop. When she got home around midnight, smelling like tequila and another man's cologne, she tried to climb into my bed. "Maya," I said quietly, "you can't sleep here." Her face went pale. "Why not?" "Because you're not my girlfriend," I said simply. She stood there shaking. You're being cold. I'm being consistent.
Friday, she cooked breakfast, pancakes, bacon, the whole thing. I miss you, she said softly as I poured coffee. I'm right here, I said, as your friend. She burst into tears. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant the romantic love isn't constant. Relationships change. I agree, I said, and mine's changing too. That afternoon, I got a Venmo notification. Rent. She'd paid her half early. The irony almost made me laugh. By Sunday, she'd gone from smug to desperate. Texts like, "Can we talk? I didn't mean to hurt you. You're overreacting. Please don't give up on us." I ignored them. I had nothing left to give to someone who treated my love like background noise. Week 2 was the real unraveling. Monday, she tried to have sex with me. I declined. She accused me of withholding affection. I told her I wasn't comfortable being intimate with someone who wasn't in love with me. She said, "You're making everything so transactional." No, I said, you did that when you decided love was optional. Tuesday, I sent her an itemized spreadsheet of all our shared expenses from the last 3 months. Rent, utilities, groceries, weekend getaways. Totaled everything, split it evenly, sent her the difference on Venmo with a note. Just balancing things out, roommates and all. She called me immediately. Are you insane? Just fair, I said. Honesty goes both ways, remember? Wednesday, her best friend Tara came over. They whispered in the kitchen until Tara called out, "You're being cruel. You know that." I walked in calmly. "Would you stay with someone who told you they weren't in love with you?" She didn't answer. "Exactly," I said. "Enjoy the muffins." Tara left soon after. By Friday, Maya's car battery died. Normally, I'd handle it, call AAA, pay for the tow, whatever. This time, I just handed her my jumper cables. "You've got this," I said, and went back inside. She looked at me like I'd kicked her puppy. Saturday night, she broke. Full sobbing meltdown in the kitchen. "I was testing you," she cried. "I wanted to see if you'd fight for me, if you still cared. I didn't mean any of it." I just stared. "So you lied?" She hesitated. I just wanted reassurance." "Then you should have asked for it," I said quietly, "not burn the house down to see if I'd run through the flames." Week 3 was the fallout. She called her mom, crying, saying I'd turned cold and manipulative. Her mom called me, confused. I told her the truth. I even read Maya's own text aloud. "I like you, but I'm not in love with you." Her mom sighed. "Sweetheart, that's not on him." That night, Maya slammed doors, cried, then went completely silent. The next day, I got a call from my boss. Apparently, Maya had messaged him on LinkedIn. Why? Claiming I was having a mental breakdown and might need time off. I sent him screenshots of her meltdown texts and told him it was personal drama. He laughed and told me to take a few days to get my peace back. I took that time to pack up her stuff. When she got home that night, everything was neatly boxed by the door. "What is this?" she asked. "I think it's time you move out," I said. "You're kicking me out?" "No," I said. "You decided that when you stopped loving me." She stared at me like she didn't recognize the men in front of her. "You're not the same person anymore." "You're right," I said. "Turns out I'm a lot better without being taken for granted." She left the next morning. Fast forward a month. The apartment feels brighter, the dog's happier. I'm back at the gym, cooking real meals, actually enjoying silence. Mutual friends tell me Maya's living with Tara now, apparently going through a healing era, whatever that means. Then, last week, she texted me out of nowhere, "I miss us. I realize I still love you." I didn't reply, just blocked her. Because here's the thing, love doesn't survive tests. It survives trust. And the best revenge isn't screaming or proving your worth to someone who doubted it. It's staying calm, walking away, and letting their own choices haunt them. She said she liked me but wasn't in love with me. Now she knows exactly what it feels like when that's true.